Hi guys, Artiar here. So a few days ago, I posted a video about how free-to-play players could reach SSS rank in Cage Rumble, which is how to get the basic reward, right? But if you're a player who actually try to push high score for like ranking for the PvE leaderboard here, just to feel good in PvE content and you enjoy the PvE content a lot, then probably this video here will actually enlighten you guys how you are able to min-maxing and push more score in Cage Rumble. So for this time, I'll be showcasing rank 1 Cage Rumble run by none of the other, Agni, who is some of you guys might actually know that from my dislike content. Agni is always been a big fan in PvE content, and Cage Rumble is one of the toughest PvE mode in Etheria style, which is the 3 bosses mode that we fight at the same time, which is also one of the game mode I enjoy as well. But sadly, because currently in my game I want to more focus in PvP route, so I can't really invest too much in PvE unit at the moment. Alright, so in this video here, we'll really show you how the right team building and strategy can actually push you all the way to the top in the Cage Rumble. So let me break down his team, the key idea behind it, and also what you can actually learn from it and actually improve your Cage Rumble team. So you can take a look here. Among the 3 bosses here, Jacques actually get the most score, which is 2002 points, and then Sharon get 1800 and Shadow Flame Hoyen get 1500. I believe most player actually is the upside down, which is Jacques here get the lowest score, then Sharon is the middle, then Hoyen is the highest, I believe, because from the previous free to play SSS rank Cage Rumble guide is like upside down, right? But for Agni case, he's able to push this to the highest score. Alright, now in the ranking currently he's at rank 1, and this is at global S1 server, and currently able to get 5357 score. Alright, now we take a look at the challenge here. I'll break through one by one from the team comp here. So even though the unit he's currently using is not like the min-maxing at the maximum, because you can see some of the unit here, they are not at the max star yet, so probably you are like missing some of the attack stats, some of the speed, all this thing. You can actually make it even better if you really min-maxing, like go for a more star unit, go for more battle module, all this thing. It might actually get a higher score than him if you have more invested. Alright, now let's take a look here at the team 1 here. He's going for Dina for the defense breaker and the debuff. We have Rosa here as the main DPS dealer. We have Kazami Kazuyo, the red color one here, for applying the cooldown reduction to make the team able to spam more skill faster. We have Marvel here to actually control the enemy with turn meter push, and also Chachi here to further turn meter down them and also control the mob. So Jacques and the other 2 mob here will keep getting turn meter control, and also the mob will get stunned, so they can't really do any damage here. So you notice that this team here doesn't really have a healer in the team, so if you can rotate the turn meter a lot more often, you can actually don't let the boss take any action at all. So for the Sharon team here, we have Chachi the Echo. It's the green color one for us to keep turn meter pushing up to buff up the team, and also apply AV Maria so you can keep taking turns and also turn meter push every time you take turn. Then we have Linglo here as your main healer. Then we have Chloros here to your main DPS dealer, because he have the max Chloros. If you have watched the other Chloros showcase, he's actually the same player who provided the video as well. So we have Chloros here to actually do the main DPS output to Sharon, not to mention with the elemental advantage. Then we have Holden here to do some damage as well, and also elemental advantage for the Holden. And then we have Chachi the Guard here to apply more buff for the team and also buff extension. So you have a lot of buff from Linglord, like for example the Whale Prayer, all this thing. Then we have Chachi the Echo to apply the attack up and also more buffs, and then we have Chachi the Guard here to apply tankiness and also apply more buffs. Then for Shadow Flame Hoyen here, we have Dating here as a main DPS output. We have Freya here as the healer and also buffer and also turn meter controller to the boss. So this one here I want to special mention again, because Freya here, he's actually going with Fortissimo to actually make Freya as a healer. Okay, so because Freya here can actually provide heal from the Nightmare debuff. So the Nightmare debuff will heal your ally whenever your ally do damage to the target who have Nightmare. So Freya here can actually apply heals through the debuff, and then the heal here will store into Fortissimo and make Fortissimo here actually able to heal when your target reach a certain amount of HP threshold. Then we have Claws here to apply the debuffs and also the Terminator control. We have Celine here to control the Shadow Flame Hoyen's mob by applying the Forgetfulness debuff. And Celine here is mainly for the controller. And we have Lily here to keep buffing and making the thing here able to do damage. So if you don't have Lily, you can go for Tsukuyomi or go for Nell, is also a good replacement. Alright, so before we go through with the equipment, we will take a look at the run first, then I'll go through with the module. Alright, so now let's take a look here. We're going to use one attempt here to take a look at the run. Okay, so you can see here, Dina here apply all the debuff to the boss, and then Chachi the God here keeps controlling the mob. So one mob here is already stunned, and the other mob here, even though no stun, right, you can just keep turn meter control the boss. And as long as you're able to apply the debuff to the boss, at a minimum at 5 debuff, then you'll always have the maximum damage output to the boss. So your team here will keep getting cooldown reduction because we have the Kazuyo the raid here, and we have Chachi the God here, keep turn meter pushing for your main DPS output. So you can see this Rosa here keep casting the S3 a lot more often compared to the other unit, and we have like Marvel here to keep S3 to turn meter control, so they barely able to take any turn at all because your team here will keep getting the skill cooldown very often and controlling them with turn meter control, and Rosa can also turn meter control the boss as well. Then for Sharon here, we take a look at Sharon here, you have your main DPS output is going to be the Chloros that can actually bypass the boss, even can't get immunity. And your team here, as long as you have 5 buff, then you always deal the maximum damage output. And we have like Holden here to do some damage as well, and then to keep helping trigger Chloros. Not to mention Holden S1 is actually a 3 hit of damage, so it can actually help Chloros to proc the damage a lot more often. And then because we have Chachi here to apply the Ave Maria, so your team here will keep taking turn meter push a lot more often as long as your team is taking turns. As long as they take turn, then everyone will get turn meter push, so your team here will take a lot turn more often as long as you can maintain the buff. And Chachi and Linglor here can also keep extending the buff as well. And then when they trigger Holden counter attack, it will help Chloros to trigger the Doom Toe stack a lot more often as well. Then for Shadow Flame Hui here, it's just about controlling the mob to not let the mob able to help spread the damage taken from the boss. And then we have Freya here to act as a main healer. Because if we can take a look here, Freya healing store by Fortissimo is actually 144k healing store here. So your Freya here can actually be replaced as a healer role as long as your Freya apply the Nightmare debuff to the boss. When attack kills the attacker by 12% of the damage they deal, so Freya here can be a healer for your team. So your team here doesn't really need a real healer as long as your Freya applies the Nightmare debuff and your team here actually do damage to the boss, and then Freya will keep storing the Fortissimo here. Alright, look at it, 211. Take a look here, 262 is actually storing a lot of heals on Freya and make Freya able to keep healing your team without actually needing a healer in your team. Alright, now let me skip through this part. Okay, so if you're interested to build a high score team for Cage Rumble, then you can probably take a look here how he actually built it. So the team one here, we have Dina, Rosa, Kazami Kazuyo, Marvel, and Chachi. So the first one here, Dina, he's going with Lighthouse. Why Lighthouse is because this team here doesn't have any healer, right? So in case you actually get hit, then Dina can self-heal a little bit and then also turn meter push herself with another 25% here. Right, and then Lighthouse here, because he has Swift Rush and Swift Smite, so I think that's one of the reasons why he's going for Lighthouse as well. And the skill out is 115, and then it's going with Swift Rush and Swift Smite combination, mainly focused on speed and effect accuracy to land a debuff. Then we have Rosa here to be the main DPS output for this boss here, is going for Golden Lion. We have Better Will for you to have higher chance, to have some chance to cast the S1 another time whenever Rosa casts the skill. And then we have Momentum here, your best PvE DPS output set, and we have Foray Edge here for increase the Rosa DPS output. So focus on decent crit rate, high crit damage. You don't have to go for effect accuracy because Golden Lion here can help you boost the effect accuracy through the passive. So mainly just focus on damage, and Rosa with the chance to actually turn meter control the boss. Then we have Kazami Kazuyo here with Swift Rush and Time Wealth, going with Jackal's Guard to have the speed up, and then Swift Rush and Time Wealth because you want to rotate the Kazami Kazuyo skill a lot more often for the S3. So if whenever you proc the Time Wealth set with a 35% chance you reduce the cooldown, then she can spam more S3 to cool down everyone's skill by 1 turn and also apply speed up buff. So mainly just for supporter here. Then we have Marvel here, focus on speed and high effect accuracy. The skill up is 115 to focus on the Terminator control on Marvel, and then it's going for Swift Rush and Time Wealth here, and also going with Halloween to actually reduce your skill faster, so Marvel can spam more S3 a lot more often to keep doing AoE Terminator control. Then we have Chachi here, which is just 5-star, and then it's mainly for a controller. The skill up is 545. Is because the AoE Terminator control and the AoE stun, the Terminator push for your Rosa and the S1 here can also have a chance for Terminator control as well. It's mainly going for Swift Rush and Time Wealth to keep rotating the skill of Chachi. So your S1, your team 1 here is mainly focused on skill cooldown reduction. You want your team to actually able to spam the skill a lot more often, and main DPS output is going to be Rosa and Dina is your debuffer. Then for Sharon wise, we have Chachi the Echo is for Terminator push for your team. So you the skill up here is 555 for the speed, for the AV Maria buff to apply, and also the attack up buff. Then the skill up here is going for Swift Rush and Time Wealth to keep spamming the S3 a lot more often to Terminator control for the whole team. Then we have Linglo here as the main healer and is going with Fortissimo to able to spam more heals for the team. And the set he's going for is going for Cure set and Evo Guard to further increase the healing effect for the both set. And then he's also running with Strife, so whenever you get hit by the boss like the other 2 mob as well, the other 2 mob can also do damage. And because when they do damage, then Linglong here gets a free Terminator push from the set effect here, 10%. Okay, then skill up here is 511, mainly focus on speed and HP just to make her tanky. Then your main DPS output on Sharon here is going to be Chloros. His Chloros is a max skill Chloros, so you want to keep note about that. If you don't have max skill Chloros, then probably your overall point won't get that high. And then the skill here is going for crit rate 100%, high crit damage, and high attack. It's going for White Fang. Why White Fang is because you get additional 2 hit here to trigger the stack faster, the Doom 2 stack. And also White Fang here can further increase your crit damage by 6%, so you can stack up to 10 stacks, so it's 60% crit damage furthermore increased from the White Fang. And then the set here is going for Onslaught, Foray, and Foray Edge. Then the next one is Holden. So Holden here is mainly for the S1 because S1 here have 3 hit, and whenever Holden do damage or when he get hit, he have a chance to actually counter attack. So it will be very helpful for Chloros to actually trigger the Doom tool to spam more damage to Sharon. Then for Holden here, it's going for Swift Rush, Bramble. So you have Bramble RNG chance and also the Execute mode RNG chance from Holden to actually spam more S1 counter attack. And then we have Swift Rush to make for the speed, and then going for Artisan to pump up with more defense stats as well. Then we have Chachi the Guard here to apply the buff, to extend the buff for the whole team as well. It's going for Swift Rush and Time Wealth to cooldown reduction for Chachi, to let Chachi able to spam more S3, to apply immunity, defend up, and also buff extension for the whole team. Not to mention Chachi S2 also have multi-hit to able to trigger Chloros stack a lot more often as well. Then the last one here is Shadow Flame Hoyin. So Shadow Flame Hoyin main DPS output is going to be for Ditting. It's a max skill Ditting, high crit rate, high crit damage, and decent attack. Going for Count Shell, so Count here can further boost Ditting damage by 1200 attack, which makes Ditting a lot more damage as well. It's going for Momentum because the best PvE DPS set whenever the boss have a lot of debuff. And then with Foray Age and Fury as well. Okay. Then Freya here, I already mentioned previously, the skill is 111, but mainly acting as the debuffer, Terminator control, and also the healer because you're using with Fortissimo's shell. It's going for Swift Rush and Time Wealth to rotate her skill faster, and mainly focus on speed. A little bit of effect accuracy is good to land the debuff, but overall is for the speed. Then we have Claws here for the main debuffer. It's going for Dark Moon, so you can further increase Claws effect accuracy, and then also extend the debuff as well. Then the Claws here is going for Swift Rush and Swift Smite to further increase Claws speed. So mainly focus on speed and effect accuracy for Claws. Then the last one is going to be Celine. So Celine here is a non-skill up Celine. You want to focus on high effect accuracy and speed as well. It's going for Codex of Magic. So you want Celine to able to land the Forgetfulness debuff a lot more often. Because if you can't land the Forgetfulness debuff, then the Shadow Flame Hoyin mob will keep counter attacking and then keep damaging to your team as well. Then the last one here is going to be Lily. So Lily here is a 541 Lily, mainly focused on speed. You can see the speed here is 202, and it's a Jackal Guard combination. So mainly focused on Swift Rush and Swift Smite to get the speed set. So the more turn Lily able to take, then the more assist Lily can make Dating to do damage. And your Dating here will most likely gonna always have the count buff for your Dating, so your Dating always can do a lot of damage from the assist proc. So basically this is the team Agni currently is running for his Cage Rumble rank 1 team. If you want to try it out, or you want to push higher score for your Cage Rumble and you enjoy PvE content, then I hope this video actually able to help you out and probably know that how he actually get top 1 in global server S1. Right, but if you are just a player who want to try to get SSS rank, like not really hard pushing for high score in the leaderboard ranking, then you can probably check out the other video I posted a few days earlier. That is the guide that can mainly focus on teaching you how to actually push Cage Rumble to the minimum score SSS, so you can actually get all the basic quests reward here, mainly for the Latis. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and feel free to comment down what you guys think about it, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is Trencan, thank you so much for your support. And for the supporter or patron of Artiar, which is Louis Schneider, Agni, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwaltz, Rimu, Chorny, Antonio Winterspoon, First Law, D&D, thank you so much for your support. And special thanks to the Super Thanks MVP, HMZ Riggs, thank you so much for your support. Special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest 10. Thank you so much for Code Wilderness, Calamity, Agni, Love Fatima, Fatima Little Underwear, Bloods, Riku Fred, Chorny. Thank you so much for your support.